Hey guys, Stock Saturday and Trading 212 have put this up now, so it looks like they are looking for more people to join, so you can get free share if you use the link below. Give it a go. So rough week again, down about 6,000 or about 3%. Seems to be interest rates yet again. Jackson Hole meeting. Jerome Powell said basically they're going to carry on putting up interest rates, which is not really a surprise. They're still only at 2.25%, I think. So, yeah, I still think they're probably not going to go as far as a lot of people think they're going to. So, could be nearing a bottom possibly towards the end of this year. But yeah, so crypto stuff is down. Argo and Hive sort of down a fair bit. Pan American didn't really move. Chinese tech though, they are stimulating, so they've come up slightly. Baidu and Alibaba. Atalaya Mining down again. I've still not bought. I was still thinking of making my switch from Fortuna Mining into Atalaya. But yeah, I've not done. I was hoping to do that yesterday, but Fortuna went down quite a bit and Atalaya strangely went up. So yeah, I may just wait a little longer for that, see how things play out. But yeah, so this lot was down about 1,500. And then, yeah, so looking at the ISA, Trading 212 ISA, that's down about 2,000, sort of everything down really. The REITs sort of not doing all that well. Again, probably interest rate talk. People didn't believe they were going to be putting them up, sort of with inflation coming down and sort of stocks down, potentially in a recession. By the old definition, are in a recession. Argo done horrendously, 11.6% as expected. Crypto coming down off the back of that. Probably more to come as well because crypto's down today and last night. So the ARK genomic tracker strangely up for the week. I haven't had a look through that, but I expect it's one or two outliers rather than the whole lot. Yeah, so Digital Realty down. First Majestic didn't really move all that much because silver hasn't done a huge amount. But Stag, yeah, all of the REITs are down a fair bit. Tritax is down more than most. Again, interest rates I expect. Beachy down, not quite so bad. Sylvania down quite a bit, nearly 8%. Metals aren't down all that much from what I could see, so seems a hell of a move. Don't think I'll be looking to add. Sort of position is pretty big at the moment for a penny stock. It's difficult to even put money into them. It takes sort of nearly a day sometimes. So yeah, I'll leave that as it is, but looks fine to me. And of course, with this bit of volatility, the 3x Nasdaq short is up about 10%. But a long way to go. Obviously, it's been a poor investment so far. When I bought it, the Nasdaq was sort of, it seems, at a low point. I thought there was much further to go, but yeah, can't really average into this as well unless I sort of put a load of my cash in here, because I don't really want to sell anything else. But having a look at the invest account, so this looks sort of fairly bad. It's not quite as bad as it looks. Actually down about 2,000. The rest of the 4,000 drop is selling Tesla. So finally got rid of Tesla. Still sort of unsure about why they were holding up quite so well in the face of quite a lot of bad news. And sort of the more I read, it just seems to be people excited about the stock split. So I've made my thoughts on stock splits known before. I sort of think they're for naive beginners, really. Nothing changes about the company at all. Market cap's the same. All the sort of earnings and profit and everything are the same fundamentals. So yeah, it's just you get 3 times as many shares and that gets people all giddy and excited. But I would see that as a reason to sell, to be honest. So yeah, that got sold. And yes, I'm now down below 100,000, but have got 25,500 in cash now. Still not deployed any of that. Expecting the market to have a bit more of a drop. So tech stocks not doing well at all. I was thinking of selling Google earlier this week, but we had a fair move down, so I think I'll probably just hold on. Barrett 7% down on the week again. Probably sort of rates, housing market looking a bit shaky, especially in the UK. We have been sort of at fair highs for a good while. So Broadcom 5% down, sort of fairly in line with the Nasdaq. Glencore 2.4% up for the week. So I was reading their results, and it looks like I'm sort of drifting. I've drifted into owning a coal miner, pretty much. That side of things is doing sort of remarkably well, since coal has sort of tripled basically in the last year, and sort of it was a portion of their operations that they were looking to sort of get rid of over the long term, and they have sort of backtracked on that a little and saying basically coal is going to be needed for a fair while. So they sort of do green energy materials and copper and coal. So a little bit of a strange sort of contradictory mix, but yeah, means sort of profits are rather large at the moment. So they're doing quite well. Himax 5% down on the week, again sort of near enough the lows that it has been at. Yeah, pretty much at those lows. But I still think if the next quarter results are going to be pretty bad as well, even worse than Q2, then can't see it going up anytime soon. So might wait for the rest of the market to knock it down a little bit more. As you can see, it's sort of doing it with companies like Intel. I don't think things are getting terrible sort of for them. Outlook looks pretty poor, but it has done for a while, and sort of they're spending a lot on expansion now rather than just paying dividends and buybacks. So the numbers are going to look bad, but it's all for the future. Legal & General took 5% hit. Sort of unusual for them. They don't quite do as much as the market normally. Lennar, yeah, 4% down. Maybe should have taken a bit of profit sort of when they were riding high unjustifiably. But yeah, I think it was Craig sort of suggested that I maybe sell them off and put them into the UK ones. And they've not really fared better. So it would have been a fairly neutral move. I guess I could have taken a bit of profit and held it as cash, but I think I've got enough cash really at the moment. Meta down 3.6%, nothing too bad. Micron down a fair bit, sort of very up and down during the week, but didn't take yesterday's move too well. So not too bad a price, but their forecasts are coming down for earnings, so doesn't look super attractive, even though they are again expanding like Intel and TSMC. It's bad when Nintendo's down on the week, so nearly 4% down for them. Porsche surprisingly sort of fared quite well. Volkswagen is down, so I expect that's just a little bit of Porsche specific trading. Process, as I say, with China doing their stimulus, they've done quite well. So Tencent done well. Rio, not too bad considering iron ore is sort of a little bit up and down. Bit of a surprise. Copper doing quite well as well. So yeah, Rio doing okay. We're sort of hoping for a little bit lower to deploy some into there. Samsung sort of fairly flat again. We're sort of hoping for a drop under 1,000 really. Shell, obviously the big bad evil Shell, as everyone's going to be calling them, sort of in a couple of months when they're paying a fortune. And I mean, they've just announced the price cap, energy price cap for October, and the sort of January and April ones are looking astronomical. So yeah, very strange. Not entirely sure what's going to happen this winter, but yeah, not too much of a change in Siemens and that sort of thing. Stellantis 6% down. So yeah, it's getting back towards my sort of where I wanted to buy it. So I will be keeping an eye on them. TSMC 2.7% down, not too much, but yeah, would like them to sort of come back below 80 really and have a buy. Taylor Wimpey 8%, like I say, the UK sort of house prices not doing all that well. Sort of talks or sales down at least, and prices sort of still holding their own, but the data on it is very, very lagging. So we'd really need to see July and August data to see what is really happening. So it's difficult to sort of gauge our housing market, really. The US do a little bit better job of that. It's more up-to-date data. Vale 4.4% up on the week. Bit of a surprise. Again, would be liking to sort of put a bit in, but would kind of like it back at the lows that it was. And yeah, Volkswagen sort of down slightly on the week. So it's a broad sell-off. I'm still sort of waiting for the market to sort of come down a little bit more, take some of these other stocks with it, and then hopefully deploy some of my cash. I know I'm a bit sort of rabbit in the headlights at the moment. I've been saying that I would be buying, but yeah, just kind of expecting a bit more bad news. Probably people anticipating a rough winter, and we'll see where we go. So leave your thoughts in comments below, and like and subscribe. See you soon.